I don't know where this is from. I don't know what's going on. I got it from a reliable source that is super secret squirrel. I can't tell you. I don't know what's about to happen. I just strongly suspect it's going to be stupid.
Town of Calhoun Falls regular scheduled council meeting agenda. This meeting have been called to order. Invocation. My Councilman Vigo.
Let's pray. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Give us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Lord, we ask that you enlighten everybody, that they can hear and understand what's being said, that the council will try to do what's the best thing for our town. We ask this in our Lord Jesus' name. Amen. Amen.
What pledge allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now we got the civility pledge.
I pledge to build a stronger and more prosperous community by advocating for civil engagement, respecting others and their viewpoints, and finding solutions for the betterment of my city or town. Civility, respect, solutions.
Read and approve of the minutes from May 27. Just take a few minutes to overview those, and we'll go down with any questions from those.
I never claimed to be mature. But that was Zach's fault.
Councilman Tutt.
No comment.
Councilman Hill. No comment. Councilman Vigo.
I move that we postpone these meetings. I still have not received information dated on the email that I sent February 21st of 2025. We postponed it last month because of the same reason, and I've yet to get that information I need to do approval of these financial reports and everything, what I'm asking for. You never did send it to me nor any of the council, and we cannot make an informed decision without being able to answer the questions that arise from what's going on.
And that is for the regular council meeting, May 27th.
Yes, sir, and I wish to have a vote of approval to postpone this, to postpone it until then, till we get this information.
Mayor Pro Tem.
I have to say thank you, first of all, Bill, for telling me. Second of all, I've never heard of Calhoun Falls, South Carolina, but it sounds like a fictional, like, it sounds straight out of Central Casting, like Mayberry. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
No comment.
For the question that you're asking for the May 27, 2025 council meeting, can you be sure to re-email that, those questions that you're asking for? Because
It's in that email, Mayor. All I got to do is look for the email. It's dated February 21st, 2025.
okay.
I had to send it again.
Yes, sir.
I already sent it to you one time.
Okay.
I asked it before, I sent it a second time.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this and we'll move right on. We had our field rep to come down to help us out, go through different emails and everything. We could not find the email for February 21st. So what we did was we went through the email. Ms. Reed came down. Thank her for her time she spent here. That was the day that we sent out asking council to come in. They had any questions. They had anything they would like to be found out, anything asked, that, hey, come in. I think that Mayor Pro Tem emailed back and said he had to work over for work that he hated, he missed it. Councilman Hill came in, and no one else didn't come in. So to answer that question, we could not find that email. So tomorrow, if you have time, can you please email that again? We could not find the question that you asked for. So here, again, can you please re-email those questions that you would like to ask? And so we'll move right ahead on and hopes we get the email that you say you sent out for questions. So review and approval of the financial report. You guys have had these financial reports for a while. The last two, May, you had those for maybe 2 weeks, April. So do you guys have any questions for those, Councilman Tutt?
I'm still waiting on my questions and my documentation.
Excuse me?
I'm still waiting on my questions to be answered in the documentation I requested.
Again, Councilman Hill, any questions? No questions. Councilman Vigo?
I'm requesting financials, the bills, so that we can do a budget. I've been asking this for a year and a half now. We've not done a monthly budget whatsoever in this town, and we cannot, I will not approve a financial report after this forensic audit came out and showed gross mismanagement.
That beard movement is spectacular. It's so distracting. It is so distracting, but I like it.
Management and fraud. I am not going to approve that they're done until we wind up doing our budgets and doing things the way we're supposed to per the code, municipal code, and by what the state laws of South Carolina says.
Thank you for the information. Mayor Pro Tem?
I have no comment.
Okay. I'd like to elaborate on that as well. You spoke on budget. You spoke on budget workshops. If I can recall, I believe we sent out emails here recently asking for dates, time that everyone is available to do a budget workshop. If I'm not mistaken, I believe our field rep from Columbia, Ms. Naomi Reed, sent out email to everyone asking about a budget workshop. Not Mayor Holland, the one who don't get an email back from a few, but Ms. Reed sent out an email and asked, hey guys, when can we do a budget workshop? When is everyone available? Mayor Holland then followed up as well and say, hey, when can we do a budget workshop? So let's not get right here in front of the townspeople and act as if we're not then getting email or text message about a budget workshop. So we have been getting email and text message about a budget workshop. So here is the time today at 6:10.
Is this guy for real? Let's start with this. Bonus points. He does not say X. I'll give him that. But the patter, it's the flow of the speech. It's absolutely like cartoonish. It's wild. I like it.
June 23rd, Councilman Tutt.
And the pointless mask. That's also a nice touch.
Councilman Hill. Mayor Pro Tem, Councilman Vigo, when are you guys available to do a budget workshop here at the town hall? Councilman Tutt? Councilman Hill?
Anytime, any day, any place.
Mayor Pro,
After work hours for me, anything after 3:30.
anything after 3:30. Councilman Vigo?
I'm retired. I got free time all I want. But the thing is, I got an email from Miss Naomi Reed saying she was canceling that because she got a promotion from her job. She wasn't our representative no more. So I don't know why you second time you brought her name up, but she's not doing anything for us now because she's not our certified representative for Calhoun Falls. And as far as these budgets and everything, no, we haven't done one. We haven't done one at all. And that's what I'm complaining about. We're not doing what we're supposed to with our municipal books.
They're on the Clay Township playing here.
says we got to do our state laws, do with the budgets, you know, and you got to give out. The problem is I've sent emails requesting the financials for the bills. I even asked you right here in council meeting, one council meeting, to put me on the list so that I could go to the bank and start looking at the bills to figure that, and you didn't do that either. So until you start showing information and being, which is a public information, you got to remember, we work for the townspeople. These are not, that as a councilman, I should have unfeathered access to anything I ask for. And yet I do not get nothing from here. I do not get nothing.
Unfeathered? You don't want feathers with your access. Believe me, just trust me on this one.
From you or our town clerk. And I've been complaining about it for a year and a half, and it's still not getting done. So why don't you send the information that I'm requesting so that I can do an informed decision on our monthly financial reports? Because if we do a budget and we do what we're supposed to, we
I blame East Cheshire for all of this. All of this. It's really their fault. They started it.
Shouldn't have any problem. We did this every month. We know exactly what. And being that being all said, I think that we ought to take this. Well, I'll bring this up right now.
Thank you. All right. Thank you for your, yes.
If it's any time after 3 o'clock, I'm still.
Okay. All right. Thank you for your information. Next, we'll move on to new business to discuss the fire truck. Can you pass that?
New business. Okay. I surrender. It's Saturday night. I surrender. I'm getting a claw.
Okay. Take just a second or two just to read that, please. Pass that. Thoughts, comments, concerns on that, Councilman Tutt?
I agree with Councilman Clark.
Councilman Hill?
Well, I was under the impression we canceled it when I was over the fire department, so I'm good.
Councilman Vigo?
Even though we did not, LaShawn and myself did not vote on this thing, I'm asking our town lawyer, are we required to sign this?
I haven't seen it.
I mean, because we didn't have anything to do with the purchase order on this. I sent an email back to the mayor telling him that on June 2nd, June 11th, excuse me.
It should be put to a vote. If you're willing to sign it, then you're not, this is a council form of government, and, the majority should move.
The only thing I got to say about it is this was for the town of Calhoun Falls. This is for our safety, folks. I don't want to cancel the fire truck. We need the fire truck, but we don't have the money for it. And I'm opposed to selling to doing it because it is true. I talked to Cameron Marler today, this afternoon, and he told me that until this letter is signed, we don't know how much we're having to pay for the penalty of this. And like I said, I would have voted for this fire truck to begin with, but I feel that it's wrong that we lose our fire truck. I mean, we're in hock right now of the other two good fire trucks we have. So why? I mean, this is something that's going to be a quick, foreseeable problem for the town of Calhoun Falls because according to Fire Chief Daryl Manning, the number 3 truck is at the age where we have to replace it. And that's what this new truck was for. And that's our main fire truck, fire engine number 3. So,
Thank you for the information. Mayor Pro Tem?
So you never signed it, so you don't need it, right?
yeah.
Mayor Pro Tem, thoughts, comments, concerns?
I mean,
And I apologize, I had seen this before. I just wasn't familiar with it because it wasn't in front of me, but I have seen this before. I said it was okay to send out with you all's approval. So.
Thank you for that information. Madam Pro Tem.
The sign is, I mean, can't use it, so.
All right, thank you. Next, we'll go to disclosure, discuss closure of the police department. I'm not, no, I don't like the idea of closing the police department. Not at all. As you see, I want you guys to, we'll pass that down, Councilman Hill, to look at a proposal. And this is based off of three officers.
It's just got the lyrics from an NWA song on there.
I don't feel as if 3 officers can cover the town of Calhoun Falls. I think that we need to keep a full police department here in town for various reasons. One, if we go to no police after midnight and weekends, I think that'd be a joke. I think that would be pretty unsafe for the residents, for business, for every community here in town. Number 2, traffic. You guys looking at me, looking at council, looking at us, so I'm sure that you can see. So I'm sure you see the black Tahoes in Calhoun Falls. I'm sure that you see the sheriff in Calhoun Falls riding through sometime, maybe even stopping a lot of cars, that just stopping a lot of cars in general. So if we have no police here and we call 911, your granddaughter, your grandson, your child, your neighbor is in a situation, you dial 911.
Black Cherry Claw tonight. Good stuff.
911, and they on the other end of the county 15 minutes, and they get here. That may be a life. That may not be. It can be so many different things. So we complain about this, about our own police department of this, but it was a time where Calhoun Falls was not covered 24 hours. So I'm in full support of keeping the police department. I'm in full support of not bringing down any.
I could listen to this guy talk all night, and I have a feeling I'm going to. I don't know where he's going, but he's just, I don't know. It's just always on the edge of something good.
Staff 100% with the police department. The county would charge us $35 an hour if they was to come here and patrol like Calhoun Falls Police Department patrol. So we all like to talk about numbers and saving, and we can't afford this and we can't afford that. So getting rid of our own police department to allow the county to come in unless council have a plan in place that they can share with us, that, you know, they talked to the sheriff and they came up with a plan that the sheriff department will come here and cover Calhoun Falls at no cost, be here 24 hours. But when I first came into office, we was paying Abbeville County monthly because we didn't have enough staff. And it wasn't a pretty penny. So unless you guys have a way or plan or other options, right here before us is a proposal that we have a chief and 2 other officers, and that they work 5 days a week.
Okay, I'm going to have a serious moment here. This is hilarious. I'm going to laugh at it all night. I absolutely love these things. They say a lot of stupid stuff. They bicker, they get petty. But it is kind of a beautiful thing to see democracy in its rawest form. And there's nothing more raw than the democracy displayed in local government.
They off on Saturdays and Sundays, and they off after midnight. I don't think that is feasible. But questions, comments, thoughts, concerns, Councilman Tuck, do you think that we should come down to 3? I know that this proposal was something that
America.
Was brought to our idea from you and Councilman
blue
Vigo. So
grass.
just thoughts, should we look forward in closing the police department? Should we go to 3 officers? Thought, comments, concerns, and why?
Well, this afternoon I spoke with Sheriff Watson, and he told me that we should not get rid of our police departments. However, we do need to do a staff reduction. And Abbeville at this point in time do not have the
Staff reduction, you say? You know, I have had exactly 1 sip of this White Claw. This is just how giddy I get when I see high quality, stupid local government clips.
staff to even help us. So we're gonna have to figure it out.
Okay. Thank you for that. Councilman Hill?
I think she just out at the voice.
Councilman Vigo?
I believe we need to have at least 5 police officers, maybe 6. We work our police officer on a 12-hour shift and keep them in line so that they get the days off, different days off, and have them work 12-hour shift and do it from 6 to 6 both ways. That way you got one coming in, going off at the same time. Now, the way to cut the money back out, we've got a town ordinance in town that we're supposed to, the police officer's supposed to live no more than 15 miles to be able to take a car all away from town. We've got police officers that live in Anderson, Iowa, Melton, Honey and Bath, Donalds, Taylor, South Carolina, which is 90 miles one way, and Greenwood. So I think that we need to have the police vehicle, since the town is paying the dime on that. Everybody else that works for a living has to drive their own vehicle to the plant or the office, their job site, and then they get in their company vehicle. And
Whoa, look at that camera. They got a real camera there. All right, now I'll stop being all mushy about this. But the other thing that is actually beautiful, and it will not stop me from mocking everybody involved. It won't. But ultimately, you've got a room full of people who care about their community. And in all seriousness, before I make fun of all of them, that is a beautiful thing.
travel wherever they got to go. And I had to do it for 30 years. And I think we need to have our police vehicles stay here in the town. And if we've got our police officers that are traveling our town limits right here, then we don't put all those mileage, the wear and tear on the vehicles, the tires, and we won't be getting Facebook images of police cars up on I-85 North in Greenville driving down through there on weekends. Now,
Wear and tear on the tires. Seriously?
I went to the police office on that morning after I was shown the Facebook post. And I asked the police officers, are we transporting anybody to Greenville? They said no. I said, have we got anybody that's coming off work or anything lives up that way? No. Then why have we got a police car up there? I don't know. Both of the police officers told me that. So I think we need to implement our ordinance, our town ordinance that requires our police officers, if they don't live in 15 miles from town, they drive their own vehicle to town and go to work there. I mean, instead of having to pay that, because it's costing them, all right, let's figure at least an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours to drive back and forth to work. Instead of working a 12-hour day, they're working a 14-hour day. So that's more wear and tear on them. I know what that does to you when you're doing that day in and day out. I've traveled for 30 years working the road on construction. I know exactly how that feels when you're making long trips every day. If you get wore out, you're not observing. You don't see what's going on around you. You get complacent and it's wear and tear on you. So
All right, thank you
I
for
think we
that.
ought to go. 5 or 6 police officers have vehicles here in town.
Thank you for that information. Mayor Pro Tem?
I know we, about 8 years ago, we, tried to do without the police department. And like I say, like you were saying, and everybody know we have too many business here. We have too many old elderly people. Our officers they make their rounds, they do welfare checks, they check the stores, I even seen them do that. And when we didn't have police officers about 8 years ago, it was total chaos. Yeah, crime is kind of humble right now. So a time without police officers, you think crime ain't gonna pick up? And then we have a lot of traffic coming from Georgia, Augusta, Florida, coming in, and we have made a couple of drug buses like that with cars coming through. And I mean, the thought of even not having a police officer when you got 13 or 12 businesses in your town, that don't make no sense to me at all. But we can contain with the gas or whatever, we can come to the conclusion with that. That's on a different page. But right now, we need to keep our police officers, and y'all doing a good job in my eyesight, and y'all be careful and be safe out there and keep up the good work.
Yes, sir. Thank you for that. I would like to add a few things to that. Let's be sure that when we get here that we can't go to the police department. We can't see police officers at the stores or even at the station and say different messages to them and say, hey, we're going to get rid of the police officers. I've had a police officer or two come into my office, call me and told me, hey, I had someone, a council member, come to me and say, hey, we either going to close this department down or we're going to get rid of everybody except 2 or 3. So we cannot be telling our officers that. What does that do? That send them to go get jobs elsewhere. That send people that want to apply here not to apply here. And far as the cars, if we was to put out there on the internet that we would not allow our officers to not drive the car, where they gonna come from? Where the applicants gonna come from? Calhoun Falls, Loungeville, West Abbeville. So we got to be very mindful on those things. Understand that, hey, if we put in, hey, we don't want the officers driving, that we will not have any police officers. So we got to also look at what we pay our police officers compared to the other areas. So if they get this much money and they can go somewhere else and get that and the car, they're not going to come here. So let's understand that we got to know what we paying our officers and that they're putting their life on the line and what money they're making. So that car going home for them is a little leverage. Councilman Pro Tem.
And I'm just, excuse you for cutting you off. I remember once upon a time, we had officers just to come here and get certified. We used to certify a station. Once they get certified, they used to leave. That costed us money. When you got officers willing to stay and making the amount that they're making, that's a plus. And I done seen a lot of time when I was working at 7-Eleven, they show their face when you get ready to close, when you get ready to change shift. You know, I don't count $15,000 to $20,000 down, and the officer be right there in the back. He might be in the bathroom, say, Wayne, I'm gonna hang out back here for a little while you count your register down. Even at the old Hickory Point, I felt a little better. You know, if people come by and they see a police car, sometimes we used to park the car at the store, walk around the building, and you know, they help you out. But and like the banks done got robbed here before because we didn't have the officer. We didn't have enough. You know, we got a post office here, have been robbed before because we didn't have enough. That been years ago. I mean, you got to think about it. Before you make these decisions, you know, sometimes the thought should stay a thought. And like I said, once upon a time we had every officer, well, you want to get certified, you're not certified. Let's go to Calhoun Falls. We stay 2 months, 3 months after we get certified. Bam, they're gone. What can you do?
We can put a letter in for their procurement that they have to stay in Calhoun Falls for at least 2 years. That's what we can do. We can set up a procedure to stop that business. And that's what we're going to have to do is set up a lot of procedures to give it for to how we run our town. We're going to have to work and do this. That's why I want to have public meetings with the townspeople, that everybody is familiar with what's going on, so that we can get these established and set into our ordinances so that we don't have problems like what you just discussed, because I know that's true. And they did leave. But if the town had set up a procedure say they would had to stay here at least 2 years or 3 years or 5 years, whatever it was. If they're gonna look, we want people that want to do the best for Calhoun Falls. That's what we want. That's what everybody should want. We ought to see our town growing and prospering and doing well instead of seeing what we're seeing now. And people are so down at heart and frustrated because of what's happened. And until we start doing things the right way, nothing is going to change. And we've got to change it.
All right, thank you for the information. Next,
I doubt anybody knows anything. I just you know, foisted this on you with no notice. But if anyone can tell me what the backstory is, we keep having reference to, you know, stuff that happened. I don't know what that is.
we'll move on to discussing staff reduction. Councilman Cut.
Based on our current financials, we're gonna have to reduce to save money so we can make payroll.
Although this one here is actually from Mineral, which is wild.
Yes, ma'am. What department are you speaking in terms of doing?
Entire town.
And I didn't know that, and she didn't send me the video.
Councilman Hill.
No comment.
Councilman Vigo.
We've got to hire people that are proficient in their job. If we got people that don't want to work, they need to be let go. That's just bottom line. If they're not trying to do what's best, we don't need them. It don't matter who they are, who they belong to or whatever. You know, they don't belong to Calhoun Falls. The fact that we're paying people for just sitting around and not doing a job and not getting something. That's why you run things like a business, so that you can turn around and make a profit off your investment. And if we have people that are working for the town, they need to be putting forth their best effort all the time. And if they don't want to, and that goes to the leadership, to make sure that things get changed. If you want things to change, you got to be a leader. And that's all I've got to say about that.
Thank you for your information. Mayor Pro Tem.
Just talk about reduction and reducing staff. Okay, so if you do that, you do it in each department. So that means if I'm in that department, that means I gotta take up the next person load when they're gone. I'm gonna get paid twice, so I'm just gonna get paid the same thing. Now you're gonna have other people saying, well, I'm doing twice as much work. I'm doing the job, two-person job, one person doing, but I'm making the same money. I gotta think about that too. See, you reduce and then you lose one, you might lose two at the same time.
Thank you.
Do you have anybody with experience that can fill that slot as soon as they leave? That's just something to
So they're a little short, huh? Just $399,800.
think about.
Well, I look at hiring people as a long-term investment. Anybody that works for the town ought to be a long-term investment for our town.
Yeah, I'm saying, but
If that's where it comes into the leadership. If leadership don't see somebody that gets out there and gives 110%, see, they don't need to be there. We just need to let them go on out the door.
yeah, I understand that, but okay, the thing is, if you don't have a person that experience can fill that slot immediately, so then we already
That's why
in
they,
chaos, right? So if you don't have nobody to fill that slot, and that slot go vacant, then you know it's piling up, right? They go piling up and piling up, and we gonna stabilize.
but you gotta turn around. That's what they got ads in the newspaper for hiring and get qualified participants to come in to do it. If they live here in Abbeville County, and there's a lot of people that live in Abbeville County or live right close to Elberton or Elbert County or McCormick County that are willing to drive 15, 20 minutes instead of 45 minutes to an hour and a half to their job. If they get a halfway decent job, then they'll come here. They'll come to work.
All right.
Let me say that one thing. Some people probably scared I'm working Calhoun right now, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna leave that alone.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that. We have to also understand one thing about when we say staff reduction. Here about 2 council meetings ago, I asked council about subbing out the grass, and that I guess that was new news, or people didn't understand what subcontracting kind of meant. So I was asking that we sub out the grass so that way it take away having to fix the zero turns, weed eater, bush hog, and everything. And so that was a way that we could have came in and saved some money about subbing the grass out to someone else. But that was like, oh, Mayor Holland was wanting to spend some more money. So I think if anything, I agree with Councilman Mayor Pro Tem on the part about if we do staff reduction and we have one person in the office, then he or she is doing that's 5 different people job that's there, 3 different people. So we're gonna have to pay more money to that individual and things of that nature. So I'd like to see a plan from you guys that covers all of that about the staff reduction. I honestly and truthfully believe we already at bare minimum of every department that we have. And so I think if we had more money, I would love to see, a few more employees to help out. Our town clerk is beyond busy. Our police officers, the city crew, they need more help, and so staff reduction, I think is look at the police department now. And so the city crew. So I just think it'll be tough on the level that we do it. And so if you guys can come up with a plan, yes.
Well, my statement was from the basis of if we can't pay them right now in the state that we're in, we need a reduction so that we can get the money to pay those who can stay. Because you're coming to work, working your 40 hours, you get to Friday and you don't get no check, you looking at the town crazy. And they still don't have no money to pay rent, to buy gas, to feed their children, to do whatever they have to do for themselves. So that's what I'm saying. Let's figure out a way to reduce now. I'm not saying forever. I'm just saying so we can get our financials under wraps and in control so that we can do what we need to do the right way and be able to get those applicants that we want with the degrees and the certification if we don't have the money now to pay what we have. So a person coming in.
All right, she's got to go. She's been talking for a couple minutes now, and all of it seems sane and reasonable.
And say, oh, I'm a certified A for the water treatment plant. We can't afford them.
All right. Good information. Thank you. Next, we'll move on to the Municipal Association of South Carolina, Local Revenue Services. Councilman Tutt.
I was informed that the Municipal Association is giving the town calls $285,000 to go into our general fund to use for operating expenses, and it cannot be deposited into the utility fund.
Take a quick second just to look at that. So questions, comments, concerns. If you see on the left side, you will see payables owed. On the right side, you would see must pay. Down at the bottom, you will see a box that's highlighted. If you was to add all of the ones up on the left and all of the ones that's on the right that must be paid, that would be the total of that. And we will have about $8,000 that's left. Questions, comments, concerns on the left or the right of anything explained, Councilman Tutt?
I'll get with her later. Just a couple questions.
So I think it would be I think it's feasible, that we make this happen as soon as possible. Start signing the checks and getting them out of here ASAP tomorrow. Councilman Hill, questions, comments, concerns?
I don't see no problem with us going forward with this and getting rid of it.
Councilman Vigo?
Okay. This first one is for the line for $19,523. And I'm assuming this is for our new water meters that we're buying from Borderline, that 517,000.
No, sir.
Oh yeah, he had an onion on his belt back in the day for sure.
No, sir.
Well, what is that bill for?
Borderline is where we get our equipment from.
Our equipment,
Our parts, different parts that for the city crew.
is that a month's payment?
I'm not sure right off the top.
It's a back pay.
I'm not sure what it is. The only thing I can tell you right off the top of my head is what's in front of me. That's what's currently owed.
Okay. Now Mansfield is for our fuel. That's $23,000 has got to be paid for the end. That's an awful lot of fuel to be spent in a month's time. Awful lot.
Let's backtrack. That's not 5 months. That's 6 months. That's,
Much behind on that bill.
yes, sir.
Okay, now, we go down here, Farmer State Bank, $6,700. What's Farmer State Bank?
He really did. I don't know what he meant, but that's what he
What's that
said.
bill?
I'm sorry.
Farmer State Bank for $6,700.
It was an existent loan.
For what?
I don't know right off.
Okay, all right, I want to see a contract on that.
Okay.
You'd have the town clerk send that to me. First government lease, $17,250. Now, this is the lease, this is the loan for $690,000 that's going on. This is what our payment is 4 times a year. And our town is in hock for this. The Ellison Center, this town hall, the Ellison Center, the community building, and the fire building, firehouse, and 2 fire trucks. The number 3 main engine fire truck and the brush truck. That's in hock with this, along with our brush truck that picks the grappling hook. And I believe the other one is the trash truck. And then I think the other one is just one of the large pickup trucks. What do you think, Josh?
You ain't got neither one.
So that payment's got to be made 4 times a year. And that's a lot of money for what we're doing. And we're in debt. This is part of that's $690,000. We got the $517,000 for the Borderline for the new water meters that we bought this past year. And when you had $500,000 for the other for Abbeville City, then
Never passed.
and then we got PEMA. Now PEMA is your retirement fund for our people in the fire, the police, and the office people. That's $106,589. Now, how often we got to pay that one, Mayor?
Monthly.
Monthly. So we're paying $106,000 per month for people.
No, Councilman Vigo.
Just say monthly.
We pay.
We paying you said monthly.
Okay, let me break it down a little bit for you. These right here is cumulative. So some of these may be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Some may even be a year. Currently, this is what we owe. Okay, currently this is what this is not saying this is our monthly payment. Some of them may be, some of them may not be. Currently, this is what we owe. So you can go on and you can go on and you can go on. The point of the matter is we trying to be concurrent. Every town, the United States of America is in debt. So what we trying to do right now in good faith is we got money and pay bills. It's just simple as that. It's simple.
You hear yourself.
It's simple as that. Do you have any more questions about what we're trying to do? We're getting $285,000 in.
Budget our money. I want to do a budget for the town. Now, a year and a half I've been asking for this. We got to do budgets. We got to do our budgets month to month to month. So we know what we got, how many years, how we can correct it.
Okay.
It's the only way to do it, Mayor. You got to give up this information leadership. You know, that's it.
All right, thank you for your information.
I told you it was gonna fall on your head.
Yeah. Mayor Pro Tem.
I mean, it must be paid. If the guy take care of it, gonna stay behind this.
Thank you for that. We have it, so I think that we'll have something typed up tomorrow, showing you guys that, hey, a signature on it, that yep, we'll go ahead and move forward, cut checks and get them paid up. This is showing you exactly where the $285,000 will go. Pretty simple, pretty easy. And so that was that. Next, we'll move on to discuss the future of Calhoun Falls. Councilman Tech.
I mean, where we sit right now, we're financially grim. And we can't do anything. I'm hopeful that things can turn around for us, which means it's gonna take each and every one of us in this room to make that happen. We may not like some of the decisions that needs to be made, but they're gonna have to be some real strong, hard decisions to pull us out and to move us forward. So all I'm asking in the times to come, when the call of action is asked, that we all show up to do our part for our town, be it administratively, be it staff, neighbor to neighbor, because we owe it to ourselves to keep Calhoun Falls, to be a place where people want to come, not to just live, but to even play and entertain. So that's just my view of moving Calhoun Falls forward, is us pulling ourselves together collectively and not just wait on one person to do something or one group to do something. If someone is doing something, let's all just pitch in and do our part if we can do something to help. And that's how I see us moving forward in Calhoun Falls. I'm not gonna get into the logistics of everything else of what needs to be done. We all know we need policy change. We all know we need procedural change. We all know we need ordinances of change. But in essence, we're gonna have to work together because we're gonna have to embrace all those changes administratively for us to be able to function as a government and to move forward.
Councilman Hill.
Good speech, Councilman Tuck. I like that. But as you see, we sit here and we argue back and forth. We've been arguing for the last year about nothing. It's very simple what we do. You put an ordinance or you put a resolution on the table, you vote yes or no. All this arguing, wiggling back and forth, it's not necessary. You either vote for it, you don't vote for it. In the first place, town can't move forward because your town council can't get along. So how you gonna move forward if your leadership can't get along? I sit here and I look at the crowd. I remember when I first came on council, we had, in the first 6 months, we had 10 people at town meetings. Now all of a sudden, the building is full of people. All I ask is you continue to come. Just continue to come. But you know, everybody talk about they love this town, but everybody's doing something to tear it down. You don't have anybody talking good about Calhoun Falls. I go to Greenville, people ask me, what are y'all doing down there? I go to Anderson, people, what do y'all got so much going on down there? We are a small community. Everybody in here, mama or dad,
Greenfield just thinks they're big stuff.
daddy or somebody worked or raised somebody in this building as a child. But we don't get along. I was just discussing with somebody coming in the building. As they showed up for this meeting, you had the whites on that side and the blacks on that side. Same with football games. You had the whites over here, the blacks over here.
Oh.
But I don't understand. Couple of that, 'cause you said no noise, no interruption.
No interruption. Next interruption, you gotta go. No interruption. Yes, sir.
Why haven't they said in the matter when you talk?
Next time you interrupt, you'll be asked to leave. No interruption, please.
Well, I did have something else to say, but I lost my train of thought with all of the commotion. But anyway, until everybody can see each other as a child of God and not as an enemy, we're never gonna move forward. I'm done.
Councilman Vigo.
Be nice. I'm done.
Again, I'm gonna say our town needs to be run like a business. Now, you say that we haven't got anything done here for the last year. That's because we have not had financials and reports for the money. And look at what the forensic audit proved. $900,000 in debt. We're up to $1.8 billion now. And we're not getting any further because we're not going through and budgeting our money the way we should. There are rules, not only state, but municipal associations. We're supposed to follow these rules. None of these rules have been followed the last 3 years. You know, that's the reason why the town is in this position. And when you go back and look and you start digging the information, you start seeing it. The forensic audit proved all that. It showed fraud, mismanagement, high risk of fraud and theft. So, oh yeah, it did. It did. I read the whole thing. I can highlight it for you. Call the pages out there. Whatever you want. It's true. If you don't believe it, you're not even doing reality. Just because the truth's out there, folks. It is out there.
All right, thank you for your information. Mayor Pro Tem.
Well, I was once told, and this is all I got to say. God for everybody and man for himself. And that's all I got to say. Until we all get on the same page and get it together, we're going to keep doing this back and forth. And like I said, I know y'all get tired of me saying this. I've been up here 12 years and then it's rough right now. It's rough. It is
Look, what
rough.
financial situation we're in.
So,
You know, how are we gonna come out of it?
so we all figure out a master plan.
What's your plan then? What's your plan? If you don't want to show information, the financials, and working on trying to get it corrected, what's your plan? Because God's not going to help us. We've got to do this ourselves. Oh yeah,
I'm scared of you.
God every bit, and I put faith in Him.
I'm scared of you.
You've got to stand on your own 2 feet, and that's what we got to do. We've got to make a hard decision to say yes on something, no on some others, and I mean, I want to see people prosper. I want to see our town prosper. I want to see jobs come into our town so that all our children who moved off to other towns and cities, they stay right here in Calhoun Falls because there's a future in here. We've got this lake right out here. This lake is a gold mine for our town. And if we don't do nothing with it, if we don't get it done, turn it around quickly, we're going to lose everything.
Yes.
People can disagree with what I'm saying, but you march, you put my words in stone. If it happens, you're going to see this town fold up like a newspaper, throw it in the damn trash. So,
That's enough. Watch your language. We got kids in here. The next time you curse, we're going to take a recess. The next time you have a cuss word, we're going to take a recess. That's enough. That's enough. That's enough. Thank you for your information. I would love to see for your the future of Calhoun Falls is we had did a small study with one of our reps that came in, and she told us, she looked at our books, she looked at the numbers, and she was like, hey, for many years as I can go back, not just the last 3 years, not the last 4 years, years on top of years, we have been in the same situation of not being able to make payroll, not being able to pay this, not being able to pay that. We want to run our town like a business, absolutely. But we don't have enough incoming sources to support the outsources that we have. We have everybody on council that saying they love their town, but the things that we need, some of the things we need to do, which is increase our rates that have been passed from Abbeville, we did not go up. The previous administration, for whatever reason, I'm not sure if those reasons did not go up. So we want to say, hey, we love our town, that we need to make more money. When we have people come in and tell us, hey, when we got our water, it's a gold mine, but we want to call up to town hall and fuss at the utility clerk and the town clerk about getting so-and-so back on and this, that, and the third. We have to do things that may affect some people, but help our town. We say the best interest of our town. Do we need to raise some rates? Absolutely. Absolutely. Or we just don't raise the rates and we just continue to say, hey, we owe. We can't say we want to get out of debt, but don't want to raise the rates on something. We can't say we want to have a better future for Calhoun Falls, but we get on Facebook and we slam every single thing when it go viral. We can't say we want a better future for our town, but when a vote go this way or a vote go that way, this person is the worst person. If it's something out there on the table and it get voted for yes, then so be it. It get voted for yes. We can't take, we get here on the council and we want to be so great when there's a crowd here, but then within 30 minutes, we on Facebook talking negative. So we cannot keep saying we want to be prosper and have a better future. We have some leaders in this room from other areas that you would think would come in and help us out. But we don't have those that come in and help us out. They stand behind newspapers and in their office and see that when we're drowning, they don't come in and help. So instead of us, everybody humdunging on the mayor and the council, let's go up the ladder. Let's go. Let's ask for help. Let's ask what they do for other areas. Let's see what they do for these areas. When we come into office, we're behind on audits. We had a grant administrator sent out over 50, 60 grants. Hey, we need audits. We need audits. So let's not say we're not trying. I've sent out countless emails to the council many times. Hey, come into my office. Come into my office. I've said it here in a minute. Come into my office. Come into my office. We don't have to wait until we get here. I done said it many times. So if we want to say we want a future for Calhoun Falls, let's come together and make the future happen. We can't do it on Facebook. We can't do it at the red light store. We can't do it there. We have to do it in the means, come up with a plan. Bring in another mobile home park, more housing. Bring it in. Bring in, build up the recreation. Build it up.
A mobile home park. That's the plan. We got a town that's running out of money and is trying to better itself, and we're going with a mobile home park.
We can't make our fingers snap and get water pipes and a new sewer like that. But we can have the kids playing. I rode down through Flatwood, Seneca Street. You know what I seen? I seen kids out there kicking the soccer ball. I went out there and said, man, I like my house. I got me somewhere to live. I said, where you going to school at this year, young man? I'm going to the charter school. I said, where's your little sister going? Oh, she's going to the elementary school. I was like, oh, wow. You know what that did? Help enrollment. I'm sure the principal of Calhoun Falls and that staff would love to see more enrollment. That's pretty great. But everybody want to knock down when they say about mobile home park or bringing in more houses. You want to snicker and laugh. That's a place for people to live. Everybody can't have a brick, nice, big old house. Some people had to have those mobile homes. So that bringing in, help building up the recreation, help enrolling people in the charter school and the elementary school, something that we need. So if we want to talk about the future of Calhoun Falls, let's go those ways too.
I believe I just got a talking to.
Let's not just talk about the water pipe. Let's just not talk about we in debt. We got to talk about other things as well. Let's bring all of it to the table. We want to talk. We want a better future. Maybe some don't care because they don't got grandkids or they don't got kids or they don't go to sporting events or they already got a big old nice house. Everybody don't have that. Some people have to take those baby steps.
Oh, sweet Jesus. What?
So yes, I would love to see the town growing. You know what? You know what that did when that mobile home park was there? You know where those people went when they was working there, when they brought it in? They went to 7-Eleven, got gas. They went to Regina. They went to Good Eats. They went to VWT. They went to Pettigrew Hardware. You know what them business did? They made money. You know what they did for the town? They helped the town out. When those people brought those trailers in here, you know what they did? They went to the stores in Calhoun Falls and got gas, diesel, air. They went to our small business and ate lunch. I've seen them several times eat lunch. But we want to snicker and laugh and about that.
They're lunch eaters. We need them. They're also going to start committing crime when you don't have any police officers. I mean, I'm just saying you got to consider all of it.
Growth for our town. That's 10 people here in our town. So if we get another mobile home park, what that would be? That would be more people living, more people coming in here. Shake your head, do everything you want. I would love to see it. I'm fighting for it every day to continue to build up Calhoun Falls. Next, we'll go to unfinished business and vote on town hall meetings. Councilman Cut.
Here again, trying to host 6 town hall meetings so that the community can come out and voice your concerns as it relates to what has transpired. And we will have people from the municipal association to come in and to be able to give us sound advice and resources on how we can move collectively together. And
I've got some sound advice for you. And stay with me here. My advice is to move to a nicer town.
you will also have an opportunity to have your input taken and really looked at so that we could begin to model what we want to see next. And through these town hall meetings, admonishing everyone to come, because to move forward, we need to know what that's going to look like. And I will be able to, Wendy, would you be able to post the listings for the town hall meetings on the door so that people can see what those 6 months look like?
And I can put it on the town website as well.
Okay, and she'll put it on the town site, and you'll get an opportunity to see the 6 different town halls that I'm proposing that we have so that we can begin to move forward.
Councilman Hill,
No comment.
Councilman Vigo.
We're supposed to be having public meetings all the way through to have our constituents voice their opinions. And I would like to see a lot of town hall meetings. I'd like to see budget. This budget has to be done under a public meeting. It has to be posted. It has to be in.
Okay, we've got our second solution proposed now. So far, with all of this, they've come up with, we need another trailer park and more meetings. I crap you negative. Those are the 2 affirmative proposals that I've heard thus far.
Public view, it can't be done in your office, in the mayor's office, behind closed doors. It's got to be done in the public. We've got laws and rules we have to follow. And I know the mayor don't like the rules and laws. You know, no kings here. You know, we've got to figure out. I'm very much for voting for town hall meetings to be public meetings, and we should start discussing our budget. Mayor wants to make things to do right and get things better. Let's get our finances in order. Let's put bigger, and we don't have to bigger money. But if we don't have the information, we do nothing. So I've been complaining about this for 1.5 years. And here we are, 1 year and 6 months later, the mayor is still going to blow me off about this information about these budgets. And that's what will happen. We'll come back in next month and budget won't be done. Nothing will be done because we don't get the truth and the financials to be able to pull or balance our checkbook, just like every one of y'all do for your home bills at your house.
Okay, so here are our problems. We don't get the truth, and we don't have any money. But mostly, we don't have any money.
There's no excuse that we haven't done it already. And I'm fussing about this because we should be doing it. And yet I cannot get the information. Don't look at me like that, Glare. I don't want your faces. You know, that's not the way to be. You ought to be trying to, you say you want things to be better, then get out the truth.
All right.
That's what you got to do.
All right, thank you for your information. Now, Pro Tem.
I hope everything be a success, and we're gonna wait to see it turn out. Now, it's Tud.
Thank you for your information. I figured out is this guy's very polite way of saying F you.
I'm looking forward to see what you're doing and what you got, and how many people will turn out to your events, and hope everything just be good. That's all I got to say right now.
Yeah, on
The future.
on town hall meetings, I'll be glad to see when they are. Just get some dates to Wendy so that they can get.
It's my bad. Is they gonna be particular here, or are they gonna be at outside, or do you have any specific place?
I was thinking here and our normal meeting time, 6 o'clock, because most people can come and do it like that in the evening. So as many people as possible can come.
Thank you.
Next, we'll go to discuss ordinance 2025-01, an ordinance to increase the water rates.
I'll make a motion that we go into executive session.
I second it.
All in favor of executive session to discuss ordinance 2025-01? Executive session. No action was taken on ordinance 2025-01, water increase. Committee reports, police department, Mayor Pro Tem.
And this the police excuse me. We if I need to say it, I guess I'll say we just lost another police officer because of what's going on today. So basically what I'm saying is ain't gonna have to get rid of the police department because with all that's going on, they're getting rid of themselves. That's all I gotta say right now. I apologize.
I'm reading off a letter. Let me see here. From our officer, former officer Shane Henry, and it reads, as of June 6, 2025, I, Shane Henry, has accepted a new job in law enforcement at the Saluda Police Department.
Just talking about you. That ain't no.
I want to thank you to the town of Calhoun for giving me an opportunity to work here, and I enjoyed it so much until just recently. As we all know, when this town was beginning of being accused of stealing funds and everything, things got bad. Everyone wanted to start pointing the finger at certain individuals, which caused a lot of animosity in town. It got to the point where it was flowing over into council meeting and also causing us having to escort a council member out due to his behavior. This is when problems for me started. That night alone, I was threatened by that council member that if he get mayor, I was going to be one of the first ones fired along with another officer, which happens to be our assistant chief. It has been spread out through the town that this was going to take place.
His self, and it has been spreaded. I love it. I love it.
As on 6/8/2025, that same council member came into the police department and stated that he was getting complaints of a patrol car that was driving up and down 85. I advised him that we had an officer that lived that way and also had our captain going to conference for the school. While I was speaking with him, I asked him a serious question that was being brought up to me. And this was my question. If you get mayor, what's going to happen? He stated to me that I would defund the police.
This is pure poetry. Oh my God. Just all of it. The malapropisms, just the flow of it. Just it's everything all at once.
Police and cut back. That is extremely dangerous and should never be a factor. I advised Councilman Vigo that it was his idea and Ted's idea, and he agreed with me. He stated that we are in so much debt that we have to find ways to cut costs. Let me say this. We are roughly underpaid by $11,000 a year, less than any agency around this state. We are lucky to have brave men and women working hard to come to Calhoun Falls and work for little money.
Yeah, like 3 of them.
So that was a slap in the face telling us things like that. I could go on and on and on over this situation, but I will not. I had an incident that happened.
You kind of already have. This letter was bad already, but his dramatic reading of it makes it even more special.
And I was the only one on duty, and I had to call the county, and it took them 18 minutes to get here. Just 5 days prior to me accepting a job at Saluda Police Department, I was on another call in the middle of the night, and I had to call the chief to come out to help me, which he responded quick, and I'm thankful that he wasn't in a deep sleep. I was serving a bench warrant and got into a scuffle, and a man tried to grab my gun. And we had enough officers here that got here fast enough.
Yes.
If it wasn't for those other officers on duty here, who knows if I would have made it back home to my precious little girl. Leadership in this town is awesome, but we have to understand that we cannot go around threatening police officers about losing their job, downsizing the police department, and even getting rid of the chief because we may not like him. Calhoun Falls Police Department, please stay strong. That is one of our officers that was here. He just recently left. And like Mayor Pro Tem stated, we have another one that will be leaving here shortly due to basically some of the same reason. And so it's going to be hard for us to get police.
Okay, I'm not in on the particulars here. I don't have any background. I'm just learning about this town. But I do have a theory. And I think that 99.999% of the problem here is money.
These officers in. So I'm just hoping and praying that, that we can stop with the bad negative energy to the police department about if this person get married, that person get married, that this is going to happen to them or this or that. And so I just want to say I appreciate the police department. I'm thankful that you guys are here working, because there's a lot of people that wouldn't come here work for that amount of money. So I do want to say thank you to the police department. I hope you guys, stay here and remain here. That's all I have for the police department. Next we'll move on into the fire department. Councilman Vigo.
First off, I want to say that Shane was the officer that threw me through the door on that night that I got thrown out of the council meeting. He's been ill toward me several times. I also want to say that morning I did go by the fire to the police department and request and ask them that I had gotten a Facebook notice that there was a police car, Calhoun Falls police car, going north on I-85 heading almost to Greenville. I went to the police department and asked, are we transporting somebody to Greenville? Because I knew that they had arrested that man here in Calhoun Falls that was in the jail, that there was one up in Spartanburg somewhere. They said, no, he's in jail right now, no problem. The officer was there was Bailey Haynes, who is Shane DeWitt's stepdaughter. Now, Shane is our he is our school resource officer for the county, and he's a freebie. We don't have to pay his bill because it's a state-branded fund. Straight state-branded fund. But Bailey was there when I was there. Bailey is the one that lives up there in Taylor. Okay, she's the one driving 180 miles a day to come down here to work, and that's what I was talking about. So, truth be known, I don't want to shut the police department down. I feel we need at least 5 to 6 officers, but we need to cut our expenses on them. And that's all I'm saying. Now, these words have been turned around and twisted. The mayor sits here and made faces at me all year long. been so disrespectful to me, and the people that have been in here have seen it themselves, and that's the problem. I want the truth to come out. I want us to do our finances and follow the rules and laws, not only of the Municipal Association for the state of South Carolina, because not following the rules is the reason we're $1.8 billion in debt.
And we're talking about on the committee report for the fire department. Let's stay on. Let's stay on.
Free chance to talk about it.
Let's stay on. You got anything you?
I have the sneaking suspicion, although I don't know this, I haven't confirmed it, but I have the sneaking suspicion that the fire department is a dude named Bubba with the super soaker.
Want to report from the fire department?
Doing a dang good job. I want you to know that they are doing what they're supposed to do. They're testing their fire ups. They're doing their meetings the way they should be. And I don't have no problem with the fire department. I ain't fired none of them people. And I ain't fired nobody else. But I want to cut down on our bills. And whatever people that don't want to work, that's up to the leadership to make that choice. It's not me.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Thank you for that information. Streets and sanitation, Councilman Hill.
Well, we need a truck to pull the excavator. Roy has been kind enough to use his own vehicle to pull it around. I sent information to the council members about it. The response was negative. I don't know how much Uncle Roy's going to do what he's doing, because if he tears up his truck, the town can't pay for his truck either. But I mean, I don't know. It's just, other than that, we're doing good. The weather's getting hot, so you'll see them out cutting grass and fixing water leaks. Or if you can, throw them a half a bottle of Gatorade or something out the window and tell them thank you and keep on going. I'm done.
I'm with the town crew. I agree 100%. I was in favor of the city crew getting a truck. Roy got a pretty nice big truck, and we appreciate him using his personal truck to haul around town equipment. But I definitely think we do need to get a truck ASAP. If, like Councilman Hill stated, if that truck was to break down, that's a diesel.
With what money, may I ask?
We would not be able to afford to get his truck fixed, and I'm sure he would need his truck right away. And so we had some negatives in the email about the truck, but I definitely think that we need to act on that ASAP. I'm in all favors of us getting a truck. So hopefully you guys can come back to the email and check it out and be in all favor of us getting a truck ASAP. But like Councilman Hill say, if you see the guys out working, take them a bottle of water. It's pretty hot. So Councilman Tutt got something she would like to read out.
Star Iowa Water Sewer District, Board of Directors unanimously recommended that we were, they were donating additional 100 master meters for our use to change out more water meters for town. So in total, it'll be 208 meters that will be donated to us to help us out in this time.
And I would like to thank everybody who had a play in that, where they sit at this table, our maintenance director, Mr. Willoughby, everybody who helped with that. Thank Alvin, like I say, everybody who played a role in that. We appreciate you 110%. Next, we'll move into facilities and recreation. I think that recreation is doing good. Soccer's coming up, and we need everybody participation for the athletics. We just don't need one side. We need everybody to come out and help with the recreation.
For the athletics.
We have board meetings on the third Tuesday right here at 6:00 p.m. Please feel free to come out to the recreation meeting. That'll be the third Tuesday at 6:00. For the last few board meetings, we only had the board members there. And so please come out. Please sign your kids up for soccer, football, cheerleading. We really need it. So once they get through playing at the recreation level, they can go up to the charter school so that we can continue to grow those teams. Because if you go to any other high school athletic games, you'll see that the teams are, the numbers are down. The basketball team, the football team, all those teams are down. So hopefully, if we can continue to build up the recreation department, we will continue to have athletics at the high school. So it'll take every.
Yeah, okay. He's trying to say recreation, but it sounds like reparations. That one threw me. It's like it's something you could talk about it, but it just wasn't. It was completely out of left field. It wasn't related to anything else.
Everybody in here with the same energy you came out with tonight, because we love to see it. Please come out to the next recreation meeting and bring some great ideas and bring some great thoughts to that. So that's all we have with that. We can move on directly to public comments. Public comments, you have 3 to 5 minutes to stand right there and talk. You have 3 to 5 minutes. Yeah.
I'd like to make a motion that we allow public questions after these public comments. And I'd like to get a vote on those if they're willing to do that.
Seeing, hearing none.
You call for the vote.
Yes, sir. I make a motion to have public comment after this.
What, we going into public?
He wants people to be able to ask questions along with public comments.
This isn't difficult. Do you want public comments or not? That's what what's going on here?
I disagree. I vote no.
Okay.
Motion fail. Carry on. You have 3. You have.
Motion fail. Carry on. Holy shit.
3 to 5 minutes at the podium to talk. 3 to 5 minutes. This is not something that we just started. This is something that has been in place. So everybody follow it. I'll be calling out 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. You got 3 to 5 minutes. If you do not take your seat within 3 to 5 minutes, I will add one of the police officers to escort you out. Please just have 3 to 5 minutes to talk. So the first one is Miss Teddy from the Kids and Park.
Miss Teddy?
I got a name. I got a name. Call me by my name. Don't call me by my name.
Hey,
Stop.
okay.
This is going well already. Oh my God. You'd think it's like somebody would approach a podium or whatever, and then they'd be quiet and they'd say something. No, it's just everybody's sort of, I don't know. It's like an ADD, free for all.
I was just.
Seeing Miss Teddy, Kids and Park play.
I don't see her. I think she's still in.
All right, I think that one is gone as well. So next we got Brian Dixon. And the time will start when you get there. And I'll start the timer when you get to the podium.
I'm gonna drop this off as I go by, Mayor.
Yes, sir.
This is actually what an ordinance looks like.
What does a red coat look like?
We got 100 of them down there. 10 pieces.
All right, and time have started.
I'd like to take this opportunity to say it's an honor to stand before the residents of Calhoun Falls, my hometown. But it is, however, an absolute embarrassment to have to stand here before this council to address these issues. I'd like to start by clarifying one very important fact. The United States Supreme Court ruled in 1964 in New York Times Company versus Sullivan that profound national commitment to the principle of debate on public issues should be uninhibited, robust, wide open, and they may well be including vehement, caustic, and sometimes unpleasantly sharp attacks on government and public officials. It is protected under the First Amendment of the Constitution. 1969, Watts versus United States established that profanity spoken as a part of a true threat is not protected under that First Amendment. And in 1971, Calhoun versus California, Justice John Harlan II ruled that one person may see as vulgar speech, the other may see it as a lyric. And that profanity used in casual contact is not threatening, that is in not threatening or inciting a fight or riot is protected speech. And that action to stop or suppress it is a violation of that First Amendment.
Quiet riot, baby.
Therefore, the censoring of Councilman Lassing last month
Come on, feel the noise.
during the session of council absolutely violated his First Amendment right. I would like to reiterate that the town of Calhoun Falls operates under strong council, weak mayor form of government, and would like to remind council of that fact.
Reiterate.
These things that occur in this body is astonishing and unbelievable because they are being allowed to happen by you four sitting behind that desk. Section 5-2150, all towns in the state of more than 200 in population shall keep an itemized account of all receipts and disbursements and shall publish quarterly statements of such accounts in some newspaper in the county in which the town is situated, or shall post such quarterly statements at some conspicuous place or places in the town.
3 minutes.
Section 5-100, the governing body of the municipality or its agents may investigate any
3 minutes left.
of the municipal government and any office thereof. And such governing body shall have the same power as a magistrate to compel the attendance of witnesses and to require them to give evidence under oath in the same manner as customary in the court of South Carolina. Section 5-726, municipal council in which required to be done by ordinance. Number 5, borrowing of money. Neither of the two loan contracts with First Government Lease of Illinois or the application with Fort Motor Credit following the state requirements that is specified here. Section 7 says that
Illinois.
all ordinances can only be amended or repealed by an ordinance. All voting is to be done in open session of council and call meetings of council. Certainly voting by email, text, or dropping off a vote to the clerk is a violation of municipal procedure. Section 5-7-270, every proposed ordinance shall be introduced in writing in the form required for its final adoption. That's the copy that I passed off. I hope y'all look at it. Okay. Having the town clerk add an ordinance to the agenda and having it read into the minutes and a vote with just that statement is not a legal document. I found that the following ordinance was changed during this administration's tenure: the powers of the mayor and appearances of citizens before council. They were changed on the codified version, but they did not include the actual ordinance itself, nor was an actual ordinance provided. Last page, section 30-4-70, executive sessions. While the presiding officer shall announce the specific purpose for executive session, no doubt shall occur in executive session. And once returning to regular session of council, a vote can occur if needed, only on the matters that was discussed in executive session.
1 minute.
Last month's vote after returning from executive session was again a violation of state law, as it was not listed on the item on the agenda that was voted on that went into the executive session. I asked this question: does the town have a procurement ordinance? Because section 1135-5320 requires all political subdivisions of the state shall adopt by ordinance
The town doesn't know what procurement means.
or procedures embodying the sound principles of competitive procurement. How many town contracts have been published in accordance with state law and the fair bidding practices are followed? In closing, you four council members are elected to safeguard every aspect of the municipal government of Calhoun Falls. Can you honestly look in yourself in the mirror and say you've done your best?
I don't know what just happened, but apparently he thinks it's a mic drop moment.
Just say
Next we got Ricky Holland.
Seriously.
Mary Calhoun for allowing me to speak. Thank you, Calhoun, for calling it right here. First of all, I'd just like to thank you guys for the job y'all done. Second of all, I just
No, I know that Dalton's got some, or Dalton. I know that Dalton's got some good stuff going on, but no one's ever sent me a link to the thing.
like I said, we come here every month, once a month, bickering about something that does not even make sense. I sat up there and every last one of y'all cheered before 20 years ago. We were still fussing and fighting about water rights. It have not changed. Accusing people of stealing, and I'm not talking to just because it's my son. I'm just saying that as a citizen of Calhoun, a registered voter here in the state of South Carolina, and to be accountable. We stood there and bash each other and call each other names, say good things here at the council meeting. As soon as we get in the paper tomorrow, Councilman Vigo and Councilman Tutt will be Facebooking bad things of the town. I spoke to them. I had the opportunity to speak with a professional football player, which he and I are real friends. He signed a contract a year ago, and he wanted to invest in Calhoun. And once he seen the live video how the council go, he called and told me that I wasn't invested in him. He said they can't even get together, Rick. He was willing to come in and invest, but what he wanted to do was buy the house down there and put a grocery store. That was his plan. But after all this bickering and fussing and fighting, who else about to come here? We should be able to come together, sit down, explain to each other, and come up with a solution. I'm not here hurting y'all. One person going with a plan. That's what that is, right there. You talk about, but you do not do it. That's right. Well, whose fault is that? I'm not talking to you. I'm just talking to the community. We talk about these things and we do not do it. We'll be true there, bigger, fuss and fight and name call, invite other dignitaries. We should be talking to Mr. Craig Astor. He's our health representative. That's where we're gonna get money from.
3 minutes.
I don't see nobody calling or complaining to him. The county council is going up on our tax people. I don't see none of us over at the county council fussing at him. They gonna go on tax me. That's gonna affect us. I don't see you running over there. We got a county council lady in here. She don't even say nothing at the county council meeting. So, I mean, why are we gonna come get the county hall and decide the law? We should be able to come together, sit down at the table and come up with a plan to come out of this. This can't get to mature when Mayor Holland got here. Yes, it no, it is not. It was his debt when he got it all. The order did not say, this is full of things. It did not say nobody stole money. You know? It did not say that. So how can you say, accuse people of something you got no problem with? It's talking about outrageous. We got no invoice, no receipt. We got nothing. We still don't have them. That's the whole point, Ricky. We don't have the receipts. We don't have bills. That's the only thing you got on your mind. You got nothing to complain about the town trying to get a strategy or plan. Only thing you want to hold on water. We ain't got the money for no water plant.
2 minutes left.
We don't have that money. She calls money, she calls over, we don't not get to do a study. Actually, that don't drag on. That's what we should be fighting with. He wasn't allowed the money to help us get money. He come here tonight and all those things tell you the same. But he come here tonight. I mean, where's our representative? He's right there, sitting in that chair. Right there. He does a good job because that's how the forensic audit got here. Called the forensic auditor who's supposed to be expert. He brought it on. But now since they came to some food, and now you want to go fuck your food. No, I want to follow their rules, Ricky. You want to do things the right way. You got
Well, that went well.
like anybody's here.
She got to go. Yeah, got to go.
My daughter in the ring.
So, yeah, okay.
Next we have Miss Tracy Fant.
Now, this shit ain't going to
That is too low. No.
I don't even know where to start. I don't even know where to begin. I feel like I took a walk back in time. The level of disrespect. The level of disrespect, like I've never seen.
Can you first let them know who you are and okay.
It's all my chest. The level of disrespect that I understand everybody's frustrated. I understand tensions are high. But again, as he said, until you all work together to establish a plan, you're gonna just keep coming to these meetings and arguing and bickering and being divided. And being
I need her to say, hold my hopes. I need this to happen. Seriously.
divisive is not the way to fix this, especially if it's an issue that's already been growing for the past 10, 15, 20 years. And now you all want to put the blame on one person's shoulder when everybody in this room is to blame. You might not want to hear it, but it's true. This town right here is not big enough for you all to be so divided. Totally, like, I feel sorry for, I don't even know what to say at this point. Because again, I found this whole scenario, you know, even on social media and everything, how everybody goes back and forth and stuff, but to see it live and in living color, like y'all really got some work to do, and it's beyond the mayor's office. It's beyond the mayor's office.
Oh, it's deeper than that for sure.
You know, as a community, you all need to work on your hearts. Yeah, you need to work on your heart. Yeah, you really do. You might not never want to hear anything I have to say, but trust and believe, when you work on your heart and you guys realize that y'all all in this together, you're going to be able to build something. But you can't build anything on division. You can't build anything attacking someone. You can't build anything if you just pushing back the whole time, resisting. Resistance is going to get you anywhere. That's all I'm saying. Y'all, it's just like
Resistance is futile.
everybody on the same baseball team, but everybody want to be at bat at the same time. Y'all can't bat at the same time. Somebody go first, second, third, and you got to go down the line. But again, as a team, everybody works together to win. In order for you all to win, or at least get past this hump, and it's a big hump now. You guys got a big deficit, no doubt about that. I'm not saying that it's not a deficit. Y'all not in the
If she says there's no I in team, so help me God.
red and all that stuff. I'm just saying, how do you plan to get out of the red? How do we beat the deficit? Or how do we break even? He said after they pay whatever's to be paid, it's only $8,000 left. Where's the money? He just explained it.
Where's the $500,000 that we paid our water bill that they get paid?
He said it may take an increase. He said there hasn't been an increase in years. That's what I'm getting from this. There hasn't been an increase in years, right? Am I right or wrong?
Correct.
There hasn't been an increase in years. So if everything else is growing, but nothing in addition is being paid or anything, how is the deficit going to clear? I'm not a mathematician, but you got to learn how to connect the dots in these scenarios. Again, this ain't even what I came over here to say, but y'all just really, God almighty, boy, y'all so angry people. Y'all so angry people. I'm sorry. Y'all care.
don't know. Hey, I'm Tracy Fan. I came from Greenville, South Carolina to support you guys. And whatever needs to be done, I'm here to help do it. I'm not the person, the community person you said just standing around and not doing anything. I was literally invited here. I was invited last time, but I didn't make it. So I just wanted to come and support you guys in whatever way. But I was really disturbed by all this. That's all. I'm sorry. Hey, that's it, man. All right. I'm glad I get to put out.
Thank you. Thank you.
If you didn't know, y'all stink. Okay, that's just my opinion.
It's over with. No executive session, and that's all we have for public comments.
I make a motion that we close this great meeting we just had.
All in favor of meeting adjourned by show of hands? All right, meeting adjourned. All right.
So cheap, I'm out. And those will move to those good.
Ah, that was craptacular. So what did we learn tonight? Absolutely nothing. There's a town in South Carolina which has no money whatsoever. And people don't like each other. That was just pure fun. That was pure fun. I like it, I like all the court cases and stuff, and that's what I start with. But this has been a favorite side project of mine, and that's one of the things I love about having the second channel. I get it. Not everyone's going to be into local board meetings, but I am. That was just pure fun for me. I don't know what the hell they're on about with anything. I don't really get what the issues are, other than they just squawk about trying to get along, which clearly they're not, and the fact that they don't have money. I think if they got some money, they'd get along better. People say money doesn't buy happiness, and it doesn't. But the lack of money creates misery. That I do know. That's for sure. And that's where we are. Thank you all for coming out. Behave yourselves. I had a claw and a half, so I can't bail you out. Behave yourselves. If you go anywhere, seriously, get an Uber. I'll see you all soon.